Hello and welcome to day 88, Align and Shine with Mary Jo. Exhaling out. The day, the evening. Hello. And we got Flo Jo here. Flo Jo. No, she's off. And of course Steve behind me, doing his thing, being the gardener, the amazing green-fingered gardener person he is. Yeah, so 88. Okay. Alignment, attunement. So today's message is about it's not your job to be liked, it's your job to be coherent. And in that coherence, there are those that will resonate with your vibe and those who will resist. And that is okay. Both are equally valid, and neither is your responsibility. That is the note to self today, and I'm extending that note to you, especially those of us who are recovering people pleasers and have that empathic tendency, which is to go external, to feel into other people's energy and to be able to sense. It gives us an amazing gift of intuitive sensing. However, However, as we truly elevate and align our consciousness to our true remembrance of who we truly are, and we want to be resourced from source, then being in that inner alignment, which is really keeping the inner alignment is really about being aligned with self, aligned with the earth, and aligned with source. God, source, the universe, spirit, but it's keeping all the chakras are open and balanced and spinning in the perfect divine orchestration and spin. So harmony, balance, coherence, the heart, the brain, the gut, everything is in harmony, is in balance, so that it's all in union. So there's a unification within rather than a fragmentation. So the fragmentation is when we are lowering ourselves down, so to speak, from source energy and expressing through different expressions. And that fragmentation is what we get identified with and then perceive ourselves through the lens of separation, through that identity lens of the fragmented aspect of source. And as we awaken and we heal whatever traumas, or we awaken into more of an awareness of who we truly are, we expand our consciousness out of the fragmentation, out of the attachment and the identity of the fragmentation, the ego. I'm the identification with I'm this name, I'm this body, etc., etc. I'm this job, I'm this marriage, I'm whatever, I'm my children, whatever that dynamic is. I'm my bank account. So loosen, soften the grip on that attachment and entanglement external to that identity. Start to come back in, and the awakening is that awaken up out of the illusion of what has been taken one away from one's essence and one's harmony and one's joy and one's love and one's peace. And what are you up to?
Green fingers to cycling legs.
Green fingers to cycling legs, indeed. Indeed you are, hun. And back-to-back alignments daily with your wife? Correct. Say correct. Yeah, so as we as we come back in, and I'm talking specifically to the empaths, to the sensitives, intuitives, as we come back in. Yes, and that's what this alignment, align and shine, is all about, is really coming into a deeper congruency of harmonic resonant energies internally, especially internally. So it's really honoring the internal, strengthening it in terms of in terms of being anchored and grounded and aligned, and not and releasing from habits of disassociation or habits of just going external to, through a hypervigilance or through a survival or through a whatever mechanism to, yeah, to kind of navigate this earth realm as a sensitive being, as as a empathic being. Yeah. So returning to wholeness and unity within, and that strength, the strength to like yourself enough to not be needy of other people to like you. And really liking ourself is really about to know thyself, and to, to really receive ourself and accept who we truly are, without rejection, without avoidance, And so if there's shame there, that's where the healing has to take place, to release the shame that's keeping that sense of separation and disconnection happening. And that's really what the healing of the trauma is. It could be releasing shame, needing some forgiveness, whatever the dynamic is. My sense is that the sensitives tend to required to release the shame. I mean, this is just what's coming to me now. And then the more narcissistic, on that polarity, if you like, on that side of the pendulum swing, empaths, narcissism are just opposite sides of the coin, opposite sides of the polarity, duality. But what's coming to me now is that the empaths tend to, the challenge, the sensitives is shrouded in the shame, and the narcissists, it's forgiveness that's required. Yeah, to forgive thyself. And of course, we have both of these energies within us. In truth, we just tend to be more maybe orientated into one of them. And as we harmonize and balance, we start to balance and come back into the middle ground, which is a healthy self-esteem that is attuned and sensitive to energy, and is discerning, discerning of the human dynamics, with compassion and healthy boundaries, and also um, embracing the subtle energy and, capacity for empathy and compassion, and, realizing that, yeah, that everything external is a reflection of who we are. So how we treat others is, it's going to impact us, and vice versa. How we treat ourselves is going to impact others, that there's everything is connected. Yeah, so that is my transmission today, day 88. And yeah, this morning, as myself and Steve did our back to back, that's what was coming through for me, was to release any residual of control, of trying to micromanage the external, how I'm perceived externally, even over the internet, or just however in person, just like there's been a subtle energy within me that's still been trying to micromanage that. So that's what's up today in my field, in my awareness, to acknowledge, to be to be vulnerable and transparent and courageous around, and also to go, okay, it's time to put this down, because yeah, it's an old survival pattern. It's what I learned growing up, like many of us, of course, that, that I had to kind of, I figure out, how to be liked, to get approval, to get acceptance, to get acknowledgement, even. And that was just a survival mechanism. And now that's, that belongs to a younger version, or an older version of me, or an older timeline, or an older earth consciousness. And this new earth consciousness, this new earth human that I'm stepping into, especially into 2026, along with you, if you're still here with me or you're on the journey, is, yeah, it's really deepening into self-trust, actually, really trusting the ground under my feet, my connection to the earth, connection to my heart, connection to my oversoul, and yeah, trusting my own coherent energy field. as I expand and shine, which is the whole, 111 days to align and shine. And the journey continues. Every day is another unfolding of the next petal of the flower of the beingness and the becoming of the attunement and the alignment. 111 days to align and shine with Mary Jo. Delighted to be here with you. Thank you for being open to receive this resonance and to, yeah, just to open up and be curious and see what's here for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah, let's just take a breath together. And just exhale out any energy that's not helpful, remembering that it's more about the words. Or, sorry, it's not about the words so much as it is about the energy and the frequency and what resonates with your heart, with your soul, with your beingness, with your solar plexus. And you just get a sense of expansion and lightness and yes. Um, yeah. So trust what resonates, leave the rest. And I will leave you with that. Namaste. Until tomorrow, 89. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. 2025. What a year. And so it is.